It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We have JP Sebastian in the hot seat as we're about to unpack movies to catch this weekend on the big screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, now as
what
well,
do you
yes.
got for us, bro?
I do. Sorry, I forget. Sometimes I have to talk. I'm just like, oh, Zoe, just do your thing. Roll out the red carpet for you. So, what is good on the big screen as of tomorrow? Some today, actually, that I'll talk about afterwards.
Something new?
Firstly is Bollywood offering. And it's Salman Khan, who's the heavyweight. He's the giant. He is the face for a lot of people. And the movie is called Kisi Ka Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan.
I was about to ask you, how do you pronounce that? Kisi ka bhai.
A lot of kissing in this?
So, Bhai means brother. I didn't check up what Jaan means. Sorry, that's not my first language, obviously. But the story being is that he's a brother to 4 others who are his elders. And he's this dude who's a man's man. He's a macho man. He's like a classic muscle dude. Oh, I swear, Bollywood is keeping the shampoo industry in business. Look at that. That's glorious. Luscious.
Oh, look at that wind.
Great volume as well, man. Oh.
But that's great about this is that you've got an action movie, but it's not, it's self-aware. You know, it's being silly. It knows what it's doing. And he's a vigilante, so he goes about his business trying to fight crime on his terms. He's not even with the police. If you're doing crime, he'll find you and you'll... That scene, by the way, she drops an antique and he's like, okay, well, thank goodness, at least it wasn't new. So he's a bit of an airhead, you know, he's a bit of a Johnny Bravo, but he keeps himself occupied with fighting crime. All the while, he's putting his romantic life to the side. And his brothers feel sort of bad for him because he had one romance and sort of broke in a way that broke his heart, and they want to set him up with the next girl. But he's like, no, this is the life for me, fighting crime. So there's this tension between finding Miss Right and for him to be righteous on the streets, the crime-filled streets and whatever. I have had sort of like a small epiphany about Bollywood recently after the marvel that was, RRR, and you need to watch it, guys, is Bollywood has no scum. Bollywood says, you know what? Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, the stuff we grew up on, they're like, you don't have to be shy. That stuff is good fun. And it's like, it was such an eye-opener for me because it's fully self-aware. Some of the movies, they might seem corny, they might seem goofy, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and they're owning it.
It's fun and really reminds me of like a respect for that macho. Before everything turned into Jason Bourne, now every guy has to be a string bean and he's, you know, Tom Cruise is like a monkey when he jumps around. And those movies are great and they're action in their own terms. But Bollywood is doing something that I really appreciate. Like, bring it back, that feel of, dude, we know, like, Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of stuff where he has to do the splits over, like, a skyscraper. It's got a corniness, a cheesiness, but it's got, like, a special place in the heart. Maybe Kisi Ka Jaan.
I love that.
Kisi Ka Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan will be the one.
All right, man. What else you got for us on the list? Yeah. Oh, no,
Well, I'm seeing on the list The Great Gatsby. That's been released. It's not a new movie.
10 years now.
10 years?
Oh, it's been 10 years.
That time flies.
So what you got to know, by the way, is that one of the distributors in South Africa, I'm not going to say the name, but flip a coin and you'll guess, is doing a Throwback Thursday where every Thursday they are releasing some movies that are basically, well, in this case, a modern classic, and others that are definitely way back classics, which we'll dig into later. So it's only this Thursday and then every subsequent Thursday thereafter. Throwback Thursday kind of deal.
Okay, so this is in the cinema. You can experience a Throwback Thursday.
Tuesday. 2013. Good grief, how time has flown. So obviously Baz Luhrmann, director of this. Which was your favorite Baz Luhrmann? And you have seen more than you know. Elvis came out recently. Moulin Rouge. Romeo plus Juliet.
Yeah.
You know the guy I'm talking about. Crazy Fireworks, Sparks, like the dude's frenetic. I'm not wild about his style, but of those movies, which one stuck out for you? And maybe Great Gatsby was your thing. Moulin Rouge?
Moulin Rouge for me just because of the theatrics. Yeah, it was just a statement and a half, to be very honest.
Romeo plus Juliet. That's the first time with Leonardo DiCaprio and Baz Luhrmann, but this, maybe... If you recently, I wasn't wild about Babylon that came out recently, and it also had Tobey Maguire who leads with this too. So, if you're interested, Throwback Thursdays are happening at one of those distributors.
I love that idea. It's such a cool concept. Is there anything more that you could expect from the throwback realm?
Certainly there is, and good grief, guys. We are so lucky to be able to get not just a modern classic, but a classic. 1939's Wizard of Oz is getting the big screen treatment.
Nice.
Space Jam, which is like 1996.
I'm here for this.
An old one. Guys, Space Jam is like a miracle, actually.
I want to see this one in the cinema.
It's going to be such a vibe.
It reminds me of my childhood. It was one of those movies we watched over and over and over.
Because it's actually so maniacal. Some genius was like, you know what? Michael Jordan is the greatest athlete of all time. not an actor. Let's put him on a green screen with cartoon animals. That is maniac. That is insane. And somehow it worked. It was goofy as heck. I can't say goofy because it's Looney Tunes, of course. But guys, love it. Big place in my heart. And that's Thursday and every subsequent Thursday. Check your local listings.
I'm absolutely here for this. These are movies that we know we can count on to give us the feeling that we want time and time again, especially. And for so many of you out there, I know you recognize these. I'm here for Throwback Thursday. This sounds exceptional. And I'm also here for what's next up on your show. So JP Sebastian, thank you so much for coming through, serving us, getting us hyped for all this movie conundrums and fantastic stuff that's happening. But more fantastic stuff in the kitchen right now.